So yesterday when I posted the CSS code, I saw a lot of people that are, they were really commenting against having a hexadecimal value that I kind of exceed the 6 characters on my page. And my browser, not really my browser, but my editor kind of marked that red, and this was just because he does not really understand that. And I like to let you know that those colors, they just basically work. Let me just first of all generate my HTML boilerplate right here. And what I want to do, let's use this body right here to kind of experiment with that, just to prove to you that those ones that just a kind of a have 8 character, that they still work. So within here, let's say wanna change the body of this web page. So I want to paste this right here. And what I want to do, let's first of all open this up within our browser. So far it's just an empty file. So I did have hex colors right here, and if I double click on this, it opens, but there's nothing inside of it. So what I want to just experiment with is how is it that we can just basically use some sort of a colors right here, basically hexadecimal colors. So let's go with the normal one first of all. Let's say I want to change the background of this web page, and I want to use the normal hexadecimal colors to be able to change that. So let me say I'm going to just do this is going to be 00F, and I'm going to just do F again and then do 88. So you notice that this is just basically 6 characters right here. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and it's going to produce this color. So if I save the changes on this page and if I refresh it, you see that the color comes in. And basically, this is the normal thing that we normally used to see, except that we can also abbreviate it if depending on the type of color that it just basically is, all right? But what I want to do first of all is to also experiment with the one that has 8 characters. You see, this one was not actually highlighted with red, but if I add the one that just normally makes use of 8 characters, it's going to highlight that as red. So what I'm going to do is this is 00, and I'm going to do FF right here. And the next one I want to do is just do 88 like that. So this is all right. So the last value is actually going to be 88 right there. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You see that it's just basically 8 character and is underlined with red right here. All right, so my editor won't actually understand this. It does not really, because this is not basically the most latest VS Code. All right, so maybe at a later time I'm going to just download the most latest one. But this works. All right. For instance, if we go back in here and then let's refresh, you see that it works. It brings in the background right in. All right. So for those of you thinking that maybe this does not really work, it's not just like that. All right. So this thing that you're seeing right here, this type of a hexadecimal value, this one is just basically it comes in such a way that it was able to have the alpha value. All right. So this part is just the alpha value, talking about the opacity. So from here to here is just the RGB, but I added these two values right here just basically for the opacity. So this should be called RGBA, hexadecimal colors. That's why it's a kind of a showed up just like that, because if you take a look at the background, see that it fainted somehow. So the opacity was applied, and that's why it was able to like show what it showed right there. All right. So in conclusion, these 8 characters works and 6 works, even though there are some shorthand that you can just also use. All right. So if you want to use shorthand on any color, not just basically any color, not all of them that normally have shorthand anyway, but let's say for instance we have this right here. This is going to be FF, and I'm going to just do 000 like that. This is a red color, right? So if we save the changes and then let's take a look at our background on the web page, you see that this is red. If you want to abbreviate this, you can just take away these 3 values right here. You see that we only have what is it called, about 3 values right here. Not really that. I think I want to include one more value right here. Then I'm going to take away one F right here. So you see that this can still produce a red for you. So this is how you can shorten this to give you the same red. So if we go back there and then we refresh, you see that the color will not basically change. It's going to just basically give you the same color. So you see how we're able to also use like 3 digits colors. I mean, 3 digits hexadecimal values, and it was able to still produce the same value for us. There is also the one that is just basically for, we can also use for. So for instance, let's say I'm going to just Let's enter a new color right here. So let's say if I change, first of all, let me type the full color, and this is going to be FF, and this is going to be 1 2 3 4, and after that I'm going to just have 8 8 like this. All right, so of course this one is going to be highlighted with that bad color right there. Let's refresh and take a look at that. First of all, this is a different variant of red right here. Not really a different variant, but a red with an opacity. All right, so I just kind of added opacity, which just I kind of explained before now. So from here to here just basically means the opacity. So if I take that away and save, it goes back to the real red. So let's refresh. It go back to the normal red. But once I bring back that 8 8 right here, it's going to apply opacity. So even though it's going to highlight that in the editor, the way that it is right now. So you see this value right here now, I want to abbreviate it in such a way that it will only be just 4 characters, and the still just will be able to like give us that particular red right there. So if you want to do that, it's really very simple. How do we do that? So I'm going to just get in here right here. So this is going to be FF, and I'm going to just do 00 right here, and the next value is actually going to be just 8. All right. So this is just a shorthand for us to be able to get a red with an opacity. So if we go back to the browser and then we'll refresh, you notice that nothing changed. All right. So we used that particular shorthand right now to get a red with an opacity. So that's just basically how it is. So whenever you see people type those shorthands, just know that maybe whether they typed shorthand or longhand, it's just basically gonna like give the real value, especially if you follow the normal standard. All right. So those people that are thinking that the 8 characters I used in the last post I made yesterday wasn't actually correct. So I just basically want to clear that off so that you know that they are just basically correct. Whether I use 8, use 6, use something like 4, once you check and you see that it just basically exists, you're going to go ahead and then use that. Forget about the red underline from your editor right here. So that's just what I wanted to let you guys know. So thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you in the next one.